So by now we have talked about the American Civil War, and we have talked about Reconstruction period after the Civil War. What happened as a result? How the South was redeemed, how the Democrats reclaimed some of their pride, if you will, if not control. Um, so the issue of slavery had been ended. Discrimination did not end. Um, Still just kind of getting started in a lot of other different ways, but the 14th and 15th Amendments had been passed that had allowed more flexibility for black men, in the very least, from a citizenship standpoint and from a voting standpoint. So the 14th Amendment guarantees citizenship as anybody who was born within the political boundaries of the United States. Okay, that defined citizenship, and that gave citizenship to slaves. The 15th Amendment granted suffrage for black men, voting rights for black men. Okay, women are going to come in a little bit. We'll talk about that in a few chapters. Otherwise, though, what next? The United States had its major conflict with the Civil War. What happened after that to try and resolve and restructure our country to put it back together under Reconstruction? But what's next? You still have all this vast amount of land out west that had been obtained not just with the old Louisiana Purchase, but with the Mexican Cession after the United States had defeated Mexico in the Mexican War in the 1840s. And of course the Gadsden Purchase too. Most of that land was still unsettled, even though you had a major gold rush in California in the late 1840s. Okay, and you did have mines that would now be populated. But what next? What happens to the American Southwest and the West Coast in general? How is that settled? How is that romanticized? Are there things in popular culture over the last century that have made the American West an icon? We're going to talk about all those things today as we talk about the settlement of the West, the far West, the romanticization of such, and just what it is to go out west. Go west, young man.